Here we go.
Today's guitar party, number 43 exact, is going to be absolutely outstanding. We have a whole host of new members to welcome and some tips on how to best get started with TAC. We have, of course, mega announcements. I'm going to do an open D tuning workshop, a real quick one. We're going to celebrate some small wins, and of course, the dart cam is set up and ready for the guitar giveaway. All that and more right after this. My name is Tony Policastro. I'm part of an underground group of acoustic guitar enthusiasts you've probably never heard of. We're not here to play face-melting guitar solos or judge other guitar players. Our purpose is much greater than that. For us, it's about expanding our quality of life through music and having fun with our guitar, not just mastering it. Getting better at guitar is proof that we do have what it takes to be a guitar player, which means we can build stronger bonds with friends and create lasting musical family traditions. But if you asked a guitar snob or a music academic, they would turn up their nose and say their way is better. Yet this way of seeing the guitar is changing lives every single day. We follow a specific framework and set of values that keeps us focused on what matters most: human connection, constant progress, and fun. It's happening, and we call it living the acoustic life. This is our acoustic life, and these are our stories. Welcome to Guitar Party, number 43. I am here, you are here, and of course, Sir Noah Jacob Heckman Jr. the first and Levi Quila, the man with the technical plan, are
Tony.
Also here as well.
Hello up there,
Gentlemen,
Levi.
it is great to see you
Tony.
this fine, rainy Bozeman morning.
This is February?
Well, we're in February.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of scheduling stuff, so we're really not sure what month it is.
Yeah.
But it is February, and I looked outside just before we started. We've got a little rain, but that can't bring down our spirits.
No.
In fact, our spirits are soaring right now.
Yeah.
Or they're soaring like the most powerful bird creature that could ever soar.
You know who else is soaring? Is like so many people are here and they're pumped. Noah, do you have some shout outs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I do. So, who we have today? We have Dr. Hal, Sharon, Scotty, PB Santos, Heidi, Maggie, Manuel, Vic, Mario, Gina, James, Rob, Eric, and they're all from everywhere. Ontario, Washington, Virginia, Georgia, Ohio, and other places. Sweden.
And they're all from everywhere. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining for today's live guitar party. We've got a lot to get going today, so I am going to get going. But before I even dig into the Open D tuning workshop, just kind of a quick start on Open D, I want to take a second and really welcome and thank all of the new Tony's Acoustic Challenge members that came on board this last week. You guys flooded in, and it's so great to see you guys in the forum, interacting on the lessons, going through the Blues 101 course. A lot of great comments on that. So I just want to really thank you for being a part of Tony's Acoustic Challenge and really upgrading your whole guitar playing habit. So welcome to you all new TAC members. And a little bit later on, after the Open D tuning workshop, I'm actually going to give you some tips on how best to get started with Tony's Acoustic Challenge. In fact, I'm going to ask for some specific help in that department, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But first, let's talk about Open D tuning. Okay, so I have a little bit of a story, as I generally do, and it's related, I promise this time. So Open D tuning. When I first started playing guitar, alternate tunings were something that I stumbled upon. It was a complete accident. I remember printing out a tab. I think it was for Led Zeppelin tune, and I can't remember which one. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.
Kashmir?
Yeah, that one. Thank you.
All right.
So I printed out the tab for Kashmir, and I tried to play it as it was tabbed out, not regarding any sort of tuning changes, because that just wasn't on my radar. And lo and behold, it was in this funky tuning called Dadgad. And, of course, what I was playing without tuning my guitar to Dadgad sounded absolutely atrocious. It was really bizarre. So that's how I found out about alternate tunings. And I immediately placed them on a shelf, actually very high shelf, because I thought I have to have to be a certain level before I actually play with alternate tunings. And today's workshop is focused on the fact that you don't. You can, if you're brand new to the guitar, you can play open tunings. If you've played the guitar for a while and never tried to play open tunings, you absolutely can. Okay, there's really three things that we have to be concerned about with open D tuning. Number one, the tuning. Number two, well, what the hell do we do once we get the guitar in the tuning? And number three, some easy chord shapes to kind of mess with and experiment with. So we're going to go through all those today, but I just want you to know that that initial fear of open tunings is something that's a real thing that I think all guitar players at some point go through. For me, it was like, man, if I tune my guitar down to a D, am I ever going to, is it ever going to come back to normal? Like I thought the guitar was forever changed. And it's a little intimidating changing all those strings, but I'm just here to say that we're going to set that intimidation aside. We're all going to get on the same page and dive into open D tuning. So let's actually start with the tuning. And what we're going to do, and if you don't have your guitar, it's okay. This is kind of be a kind of a brief overview. So what we're going to do with our guitar is tune it to a D chord. Okay, normally we have to fret a D chord, right? And then play the strings, and then all of a sudden it sounds like a D chord. Well, with open D tuning, you tune the actual notes of the strings to the notes in an open D chord, and they'll be tuned as follows. Your low E string will go down to a D string, or to a D note, I should say. Your A string will stay the same. Your D string will stay the same. The G string will go down to an F sharp. The B string will go down to an A. And the high E string will go down to a D. Okay, so we have D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. That's open D tuning. And if you strum it, if you just want to do a double check, once you strum it, it should sound like a really cool, big, open, awesome chord, which is exactly what it is. So that's step one. We've done step one. Tune your guitar to open tuning. If you have a clip-on tuner, this will be a huge aid for you. In fact, it'll be the best way to make sure that you don't get too far off course. Okay, so my recommendation, start at standard tuning and then adjust to open D tuning from there. And if you ever find yourself tuning from standard tuning up, you're going the wrong direction. Okay, open D tuning is a nice, comfortable tuning for the guitar because each string, or the strings that we alter rather, are actually lowered in pitch and not raised in pitch. So just keep that in mind. So again, D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. That's open D tuning. So, okay, we're in this open D tuning. We don't really have a particular song in mind, and I'm actually glad that we don't, because open D tuning is really a fun experimentation ground, okay? Without even knowing anything, I want you to just start messing around, fretting on the high string, okay? The very first string, the one that was our high E, but we tuned down to a D. And literally, I just want you to take your index finger, put it on the string, and go one fret at a time and strum the entire guitar. Right? That's not a good sound. And that's okay. This is just an experimentation moment, okay? So start on that first fret and then go up fret by fret. Right? Keep doing that up and down the neck. You're going to start to realize what notes sound good. In fact, I'll actually give you a shortcut. I'm going to show you the major scale on that high D string, so you actually have some ground to kind of work with. So for that, all it's going to be is the second fret of that high D string, the fourth fret, the fifth fret, the seventh, the ninth, the 11th, and the 12th. Okay. That's it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. All that is a major scale on that high D string. Well, that's nice, but it sounds kind of puny. Well, you can actually strum all 6 strings with each of those notes. And what you do on one D string, you can of course do on any of the D strings. And in this tuning, we have 3 of them. Our low E, we change to a D, and our middle D actually stayed the same. So that same pattern, you can repeat on either of those strings. It's the same exact way. All right, and if you want to do it on the low string, that's fine too. So that right there is a lot. I mean, that's actually, you can cover a lot of ground with that. Do you have to play it in a linear fashion all the time? No. You can play it in any sort of fashion. That's just with fretting one note on one string. Okay, come up with melodies, things that you like. Okay, so that's one direction that you can go. The other direction is to figure out that D major scale on the other strings. And we have 2 other strings, right? We have an A string, we have 2 of those, and we have an F sharp string. Right? So all you have to do is find the D note on either of those 2 strings. In the case of the A string, it's on the 5th fret, and you can start that pattern again. A string, and I'll leave that up to you to experiment with because I want you to try and really dig into this tuning. And the same thing is true for the F sharp string. All you have to do is find that D note, and then all of a sudden you can execute that same exact pattern. All right, so there's our D note on the F sharp string. It happens to be at the 8th fret. And that's, again, just fretting one string and strumming all 6. It's a great way to start your exposure to open D tunings. For those of you that want a little bit more in terms of chords, that's the last and final step. But I will say this, that those single notes alone are really going to be fuel for a lot of creativity, okay? So don't underestimate what those single notes can do. There's actually a lot going on there. If you're a fingerstyle player, you can actually do just single notes and it sounds pretty awesome. The same idea, just fretting one single string. But let's talk about chords for a second, because that's the third and final step. So I'm going to show you 2 different chord shapes, okay? And those are really all that's all I'm going to show you, because I want you, again, to really sink into these chord shapes and realize how powerful they are with this tuning. The first chord shape we'll call the staggered chord shape, okay? Because there's only 2 of them. There's a staggered one and a stacked one, and you'll see why I name them that way in a second. The staggered one, just for starters, on our F sharp string, we're gonna fret the first string on the F sharp string, the first fret on the F sharp string, and then on our A string, we're gonna fret the 2nd fret. Okay, so your middle finger will fret that 2nd fret of the A, index finger the 1st fret of the F sharp, and that is a really nice, beautiful sounding chord there. And I mean, it has a name, but I want you to be creative, and I would have to actually figure out the name. But just think of it as a shape for now. Don't worry about the name. Okay, so that's called the staggered chord shape. You can then go ahead and move that chord shape up 2 frets. It sounds pretty awesome. Now we'll move to the stacked chord shape. So I want you to slide your middle finger up to the 5th fret of the A, and then your ring finger is going to grab the 5th fret of the F sharp string, formerly the G string. And this is the stacked shape for obvious reasons, because our fingers are stacked right on top of one another. All right. So once we're on that stacked shape, we'll go ahead and move that up 2 frets. Sounds pretty awesome. So we have staggered, up 2, staggered, up 1, stacked, up 2, stacked, up 2, staggered, up another 2, staggered, and then at the 12th fret, we're going to stack it. Okay. And the whole point of this workshop is to get you really focused on how beautiful open D tuning is. Don't worry about naming the notes. Don't worry about naming the chords. it's irrelevant at this point. If you want to, absolutely, please do. I'm not trying to discourage you from naming the chords and being able to communicate what you're playing. That's a great skill to have. But set that aside for a second and let creativity take over. Be like a kid with a box of crayons. Just go nuts. Mix the colors that aren't supposed to be mixed and see what it sounds like. In terms of open tunings, Open D is a great place to experiment. And really, truly, I want you to make a mess, okay? I want you to get in there, change your guitar's tuning to that open D, D-A-D, F-sharp, A-D, and just mess around. Be creative, okay? Let the analytical side of your brain take a back seat and let the creative side kind of blast forward. That's at least how I got exposed to open tunings, and I always found them really fun to mess with. But I'm kind of an analytical person, so I would always want to know what I was doing. And that ended up becoming a deterrent eventually because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay to not know what you're doing. If you keep repeating it and you like the sound of it, just investigate it a little bit further. So hopefully that breaks down some walls on open D tuning. Of course, I want to get to your questions. And of course, the questions can come from the open tunings, that's totally fine. The questions can come from gear, playing. If you've been watching the hockey season this season, I'm game for those questions as well. Although let's not talk about the Blackhawks right now. Noah, what's the chatter look like?
Well, the chatter is always great. It's just tons of friends hanging out. People are stoked. They're just happy to learn about that. You got some light bulbs going on.
Awesome.
People never really connecting all that before.
Cool.
With the open D tuning. Let me grab a couple comments here on that.
One of the cool things, actually, I wanted to mention about that open D tuning is that it lends itself to kind of telling you what the right notes are. And that's why I went through that very first exercise where you're fretting each fret on the high D string. Some of those are real stinkers. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. They're not good sounding notes with that tuning. But that's a really good thing because it's not marginally like acceptable. Like you hit one of those wrong notes at first fret and it's like, ooh, whoa, that doesn't really vibe with the tuning. So the tuning actually directs you where to go. It's a great place. It's really a wonderful creative space to be in.
Yeah, Robert says, loving just the single string stuff. Even I could do this. Heidi, light bulb moments. She said, awesome info for the open D tuning. Thanks,
Awesome.
Tony. And Levi, what are you seeing over there? Anything?
Yeah, we just got a bunch of stuff flooding in here. Let me see if I can go back here. And they just, towards the end there, Noah, as you were looking, a bunch of questions came in. So this from Stephen Crutchley. Where do you keep your picks? I've used pick holders on the body of the guitar, but they ruin the aesthetic. I've also used rubber pick holders that sit above the nut. Which, if any, is best?
You know, two places that I keep my picks. I usually grab a handful of picks in the morning and just throw them in my pocket. Whitney loves that because when she does laundry, the dryer sounds like a maraca because the picks come spilling out of my pockets. But generally speaking, I keep them in the pockets. They're always in my left pocket. But in terms of if I'm kind of switching between picking and playing fingerstyle, not during the middle of a song, but certainly from maybe song to song, I'll usually tuck it in between the A and the D string, just on top like that. It's a nice way to, it's a nice kind of convenient place to pick the string. So it's going to be on top of the A string and underneath the D string. And it stays pretty tight. Although if you're rocking around and running around, it might fall out. But I found that to be a pretty awesome place to keep it because it's built in. One thing, just be careful, the tip of the pick will go into the headstock of the guitar if you really jam it in there. So it's more of a set it for me, kind of a set it and forget it, than really wedging it in there. So just be careful, but that's what I do.
So here's one from Aaron. Tony, how often do you use capos to create your alternate tunings?
I've been experimenting lately a lot with writing in conjunction with capos in different places, leaving strings open and things like that. But I'll say in anything that I've recorded thus far or played out live, I always change the tuning of the full guitar. Not for any other reason other than that I haven't really found the magical combination with with multiple capos. I've used a partial capo for writing. I've used the standard capo, just leaving that low E string open and capoing at the second fret. That's been something I've done, but yeah, generally speaking, I changed the full tuning of the guitar. There's something about that full scale length and the rumble and the bass that's created and kind of the feel under the fingers that I really love. But I'll certainly let you know. If I
Don
ever
and
change
Joe Rigg ask, could you
see what he
say
did there?
can you say again which strings to fret for the stacked shape?
So for your fretting, for the stacked shape, you're going to be fretting the A and the F sharp string. In fact, both of these chord shapes, both the staggered and the stacked, you'll be fretting the A and the F sharp string, right? So that's, again, what the staggered looks like. And then we'll do the 5th fret for the stacked, fretting the 5th fret of the A and the 5th fret of the F sharp.
Looks like Beverly had that same question, so this is a good one.
Awesome. But that's it. Those are the only 2 shapes. And I would encourage you to mess around. I mean, I showed you some positions for those, but by all means, don't let that limit you. I want you to really mess with those shapes. Try and make it sound bad, because that's odd advice, but in making it sound bad, you kind of know the areas to avoid. And rather than have those mistakes be surprises, at least know where they are. At least know where those doozers are. And if you hit them, you can always smile and keep moving on.
So Vic G asks, any new info on the TAC World Tour? And just as a layup.
Actually, I mean,
we don't have
were we
any info
saving?
right now.
Were we
We are
saving
saving
that?
that, yeah.
Okay, let's save that one.
Good,
But
because I have some questions.
well, can I quickly? There's a specific ask that I want everybody that's watching right now. So Vic, I know that Vic and Heidi. And Joe Rigg, those are longtime Tony's Acoustic Challenge members. And there's a big favor that I want to ask longtime Tony's Acoustic Challenge members. As you know, last week there was an open enrollment period for Tony's Acoustic Challenge. So there's a whole flood of new members coming into the TAC family, being guitar geeks, sharing the Guitar Geek love. And I want you to think, for you longtime members, I want you to think back to when you first started Tony's Acoustic Challenge. Your thoughts kind of going into it, and as you kind of fell into your rhythm, what that felt like, okay? So place yourself there, and if you could offer your best tip to a brand new Tony's Acoustic Challenge member, what would it be? In the comments below, for all you longtime TAC members, or if you've been around for 6 months, if you've been around TAC for a bit, please offer your best tip to a brand new TAC member kind of seeking direction. What should they do? Where should they go? What should they focus on? It's nice to hear it from somebody that's been around for a while and get differing perspectives. So please leave that in the comments below. And Noah,
Yes.
you
or
said
on
you
the
had some
side,
questions.
depending on when you're watching. If you're watching the replay, leave the comment below.
Oh,
If you're-
yeah.
If you're live now, the comments will be on the side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to roll 3 into 1 kind of.
This is like a deal. It's like deal shopping on a Sunday, but it's a Tuesday
Okay, so, but it all
or
involves...
Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
It's
I'm sorry.
Wednesday.
I'm
It
really
all
goofed
involves
up.
the open D tuning.
Okay.
One question was, what about just using a capo on open D tuning? Next one was, what about barring for open D tuning?
Sure.
And then, are there a couple songs examples you could show that are in this
Yeah,
tuning?
absolutely. I don't have any. I know that there's popular songs in open D tuning, but I'll show you one of the ones that I wrote in D tuning. It's actually in the Song Vault as well. So I'll show you that. But as far as capoing with open D tuning, it actually goes in conjunction with barring in open D tuning. And the beautiful thing is that you can play any song in an open tuning. You just have to kind of spend a little time to figure it out. So let's first talk about the capo piece, okay? So if all the strings are tuned to an open D chord, well, that's awesome. But what happens when you capo? Well, when you capo, think of the low D string as the root of this D chord. Well, if I capo on that second fret, right, then that changes that D note, the low D string, to an E note. Okay, so I go from an open D chord to what's an open E chord. Okay, it's a little out of tune because of the capo, but the same chord shapes apply, the same spacing applies. Same chords too. Right, so think of that low D string as your root. So wherever that capo goes, whatever note that low D string is, that's the chord you're going to be playing, which is a great segue into barring in this tuning. Because if you want to create any major chord in this tuning, your low D string is your root note. So if you want to say make a G chord in open D tuning and you want to bar it, well, we have our D string. Second fret is E. Third fret is F. Fifth fret is G. Once we're there, you can go ahead and bar it. That's a G chord. If you want to make an A chord, slide that up 2 frets. So any song that contains D, G, and A, you can play. All right, so that's one of the things about open tuning that's so convenient is the fact that if you lay your fingers straight across the fingerboard, just refer to the root note and it's that chord. It's that simple. There's no real shape. It's just a straight bar. What was the third? Oh, popular songs. I think She Talks to Angels by the Black Crowes is in open D. I don't know how to play it, but I'm pretty sure that's in an open tuning. It's either an open D or open G. As far as, I know that there's a lot of blues tunes in open D. As far as a tune that I play, let's see if I can wrangle a guitar this way. Condensed version, but so that's a song that I like to play in open D, and actually that song was a direct result of messing around in open D. You probably saw a lot of familiar shapes and patterns in there. So yeah, that's kind of
make the whole song available, Tony. Tabs.
The whole song is tabbed out. The lesson's just not recorded yet.
There are some amazing advice.
Yeah.
It's. Are you able to paste that in so we can?
I already copied it. Yeah.
It's just amazing. I think my as a total side note, let me check here. I think my oh no, okay, my camera went out there for a second when I was talking to everybody, but this advice is just awesome. Do you have anything that you could feature, Noah?
Oh, totally.
Okay, all right. This is awesome.
I'm excited to hear this because it's always we're so close to it. It's nice to hear from you guys what your experience is and how you would best help somebody that's new.
Go for it, Noah.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say one, and then.
Oh no, I was wondering if you had a list that you could just fire off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Move a little closer to your camera, just a touch. Just stay in focus. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so Dr. House says my best tip is trust the process. Another one was persistence. Just stay with it and keep going. Chuck says after a year, I'm still finding new stuff. There's so much stuff. Emma W. She says practice every day. Maggie says get involved on the forums. So good for encouragement and motivation. Dan says, make tack a habit. 10 minutes every day, Chuck says. Dee Dee says, smile and have fun, patience and practice. Sharon suggests going through the academy. Don't worry about being better than anyone else.
That's great.
Tony says, learn how to make and post videos and don't be afraid to share the post with the TAC community. You'll get warm and supportive response. Let's see, what else? Charlie says, practice every day if you can. Have fun and do the scales to the backing track. It leads to many new places.
Awesome.
Brian says, take your time, have fun, get to know the website. Try the new stuff, even if you don't master it. Have fun. Eliza. That was a question. Sorry, I pumped. We'll get to that. Tom says, just commit to the 10 minutes a day. I find that once I have my guitar out of the case, 10 minutes magically turns into an hour. Claudia mentioned that at first the exercises scared her, but after spending a few minutes thinking, I can't do this, but after sticking with it, it's everything. She can do all the exercises and no panic involved now.
Awesome.
Levi, any stick out to you?
I'm not in a spot to see him at the moment. So keep going, or if you have some questions, do that.
Okay, sure. Well, there's one I wanted to pop back here real quick. I think I can find it. Things just keep strolling down. But, let me find it, and then I'll get right back to you.
For sure.
Okay, I got it. Sorry.
That was quick.
Okay. And I think somebody mentioned this too. Victory gave some thoughts. My best advice, don't get discouraged by difficult lessons. Put in your 10 minutes a day and mark the lesson complete. Also, don't forget about the academy, something I need to utilize more.
Awesome. This is great advice. This is great. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in here. This is really great stuff. And I love the recommendation to don't be afraid to post video. You know, if that's something that kind of is in the back of your mind that you want to do, but you're concerned. I forget who said. I don't know who said that. I spaced the name, but that's a fantastic recommendation. Anything else? Questions? Comments?
Yeah, there was that yes, there was a question.
Yeah.
Let me go back to my document. Okay, right. So the question was, does the TAC program have lessons for each day of the year?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
each
it is.
weekday of the year.
Right.
And on the weekends, you can always hit the academy. So you've got every day, there's going to be something new for you. As soon as you log in, you'll see that daily exercise. You can go ahead and start in right there. That's during the weekday. And then, of course, on the weekends, if you just got the Guitar Geek urge to play some guitar, I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to encourage you. You can always pop into the academy. There's also the Song Vault if you have that to pop into as well.
Eliza's,
And on that note, Tony, so there have been a couple new members who have mentioned, hey, I'm brand new and I'm kind of overwhelmed. So what if what you just said overwhelms people? And I'll say that some of their responses have been, hey, listen, like you don't have to do everything. You could log in a couple times
you
a
do.
day,
So I think there's this preconceived notion with guitar in general. I'm not, and it's not anybody's fault. It's just kind of the way that we learn. It comes from school. You know, that feeling of, I'm behind in a certain class. I have to catch up. There's no catching up. There's no behind. There's no getting ahead of. There's something for you to play every single day when you log in. So if you miss a day, if you're sick, if the kids get sick, if the cat pukes on the wall, I don't know how that happens. I don't have cats. But it's okay, okay? You're not going to get behind. You're always going to have something to play, and it's not about everything. These 5 essential categories of guitar improvement that you rotate through on Tony's Acoustic Challenge, those in and of themselves make sure that you're getting better at guitar each time you play. The exercise, the lick, the scale, the chord progression. Okay, so that's what Dr. Howe said. Trust the process. I think that's a really great comment because really it's not about being behind. It's not about getting ahead. It's not about being better. It's not about being worse. It's just about playing and having fun. And through that, you achieve daily progress. Yes, you're going to miss a day. That's just a fact of life. I've missed the last 3 days because I've been moving. And I'm not happy about that, but I know that as soon as I get settled in, the guitar's going to come back out and I'll get right back into my groove again. And I didn't get worse for not playing. It's just a little blip in the radar. It's no big deal.
What you got, Noah?
Yeah, well, another thing Eliza had mentioned in asking about if there were daily lessons throughout the year, is there a break at any time in the lessons? Because I think you kind of touched on it already a little bit, but her concern was, what if I start to get behind, or what if I feel like I can't?
Yeah, I mean,
Keep up.
there's really, I mean, you can always there's kind of a workaround if you're the type of person, and I veer on this type too, actually, where I want to see the new stuff, but I want to make sure that I'm working on what my target is for that particular day. You can always favorite something. So if you see a lesson, you're like, man, that looks so awesome, but I'm focused on the song right now. Just click that star, that favorite star, and it'll pull into your favorites so you can revisit on a weekend or later on in the month.
We should mention, Tony, you have some pretty awesome announcements.
I got some killer announcements. I was just waiting for the go-ahead.
And a guitar giveaway.
I've got a lot of stuff.
Let me show can I show it? Let me
You
show
can
the
show
dart.
it. I know you're
There's the dart
really
cam.
clicking around over there. I know you got stuff going on.
There's the dart cam. That's what's going to happen here in a little bit. Give away a guitar. What are you giving away today?
I'm giving away a Martin Dreadnought Jr. Because it's sitting right next to me, and I think it's a fantastic little traveler. And I just like giving away guitars. It's like the coolest thing. This is the 43rd Hangout.
That's insane. If you
And
do the
that
math,
means, if you do the math, that means
a lot.
43 guitars have been given away.
whoa! Can I give you like a virtual high five?
Sure.
So your
Oh,
lower,
am I going here?
Nope,
Up?
your lower left hand. Just reach over at the bottom. There we go. And
Give me
a
countdown.
little lower. 1, 2, 3, go. 43 guitars have been given away. And considering that to enter, you just have to mark complete. You just have to get through that month's 20 practices,
Yeah.
20 exercises. And so,
And the whole, let me actually give it, can I get a special note on marking complete?
which
real
I was
quick?
just going to say,
Yeah.
if that's 43 guitars that were given away, if you had to complete, a month's practice, that's a lot of practice.
Oh, yeah.
If that
absolutely.
many people completed to even be entered, that's
Heck
amazing.
yeah. I mean, it's incredible. And the whole notion with marking complete, there's no, the only requirement to mark complete, as Victory said it in her comment that Noah read, is spend 10 minutes. At the end of that 10 minutes, you will be further along on that exercise, okay? It's not about getting it and committing it to memory in 10 minutes. That's not the point. The point is to get the guitar out, play for 10 minutes, and get better for those 10 minutes. Then you can mark it complete. If you want to keep going, please, by all means, be my guest. Absolutely, please keep going. But 10 minutes is all that's required to mark it complete. So get in there, get practicing, and all the pictures on that dartboard back there, those are all the TAC members that completed every practice for the month of January, which is pretty awesome. I mean, kudos to those guys for getting in there and developing their playing habit.
Those little profile pick circles are getting smaller and smaller.
I know.
Each time I see you put that up there.
One of them today that really cracked me up. Do you remember the Tasmanian Devil? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
What was it? Tiny Toons?
Looney Tunes.
No, but the little kid versions.
Yeah.
What were they called? Tiny Toons?
Yeah. That sounds right.
Dizzy. You remember Dizzy? The purple version of Taz with the baseball hat?
Kind of.
Somebody had that as their profile picture.
So, guys,
Yeah.
let's hit some announcements.
Okay. Which one do you want first?
Well, I'm
let's
kind
start.
of-
Let me ease up.
Okay.
We'll ramp up because I got some really good stuff. I've got what's coming up in February. That's what I'll start with. But we got to talk about the AL Fest. We got to talk about TAC Tour. Okay. February. Let's talk about February for a quick. We're in February. We discussed that earlier.
Yeah.
It is a Wednesday, not a Tuesday. At this desk, I automatically assume Acoustic Tuesday mode. So.
Hey, do we have any Acoustic Tuesday watchers out there? Give
Yeah,
a shout
let us
out
know.
if you're an Acoustic Tuesday diehard.
Guys, we're a little ADD.
Yeah.
Right
It's a little.
That was just a quick shout out. That's all. I just wanted to get some make sure everybody's on that
Okay.
train. Go, Tony.
We're
go.
in February. We've decided that. It's 2018. We've also decided that the 5-day challenge is something that we dig. You guys dig. We dig it. You guys dig it. And it's fun. So in February, we're going to do a 5-day finger stretch challenge. So for those of you that are like, man, I just wish I could separate my fretting fingers. Please, I just want these guys to listen to me when I tell them what to do. this challenge is absolutely for you. So it's going to be 5 days dedicated to stretching out your fingers. Each exercise will kind of graduate into the next, and by the end of the week, your fingers are going to be just like Stretch Armstrong. Classic toy, and that's exactly what your fingers are going to be like. So I'm excited about that in February. Do you want me to just keep rolling through announcements, or do you want me to wait?
Well, I've got them up on the screen now. I'm really enjoying the AT shout outs. There's a lot of AT.
Oh,
Acoustic
nice.
Tuesday love, Noah. Okay, even though I was being ADT, like we've got some serious Acoustic Tuesday love in the house over here on comments. So I love it. I'm pumped.
You really took the brunt of that one.
Yeah, I did. I don't remember saying, "Oh, don't ask that." Nobody likes Acoustic Tuesday.
Okay, I just want to hear more announcements, but I don't know if everybody else does. But yeah, let's do it. We're at the 41-minute mark.
Okay, cool. Well, let's follow up on the Acoustic Life Festival. That's happening June 22nd and June 23rd in Bozeman, Montana. And last time we visited on a guitar party, the tickets were just a glimmer in our eye. We were launching the date. We were saying, hey, this date, the tickets are going to go on sale. Well, that happened, and in literally, I guess it was like a half hour-ish, the VIP tickets sold out, which I was stunned and humbled, and I am so pumped because the Guitar Geekdom is happening. I can already feel it starting to descend on Bozeman. So that's super, super awesome. But here's the good news. For those of you that were like, oh, man, I was hoping to get a VIP ticket, you can still come to the show. And that's going to be a huge center for guitar geeks as well. You get a chance to meet fellow TAC members, which is awesome and really, truly priceless. You get a chance to connect with other guitar geeks. You're going to get a chance to see Bozeman. You're going to get a chance to see 2 nights of stellar world-class acoustic performers, which, of course, I have to announce, but, of course, at a later date. I can't just spill all the beans at once. So if you were like, man, I really wanted one of those VIP tickets, and they're not available, you can get on the wait list for those. But if you want to make sure that you're going to the festival and you want to just bathe in guitar geekdom, make sure to grab one of the what is it, package 1? Is that correct? Package 1
Yes.
level?
So it's acousticlifefestival.com, and
Thank you.
there are a number of tickets available, and this really, the whole point of having the tickets available for the Friday and Saturday night shows and all of the Guitar Geek meetups is to make this the biggest gathering of Tony's Acoustic Challenge members ever.
Yeah.
We're going to set the world record for the biggest gathering, the biggest in-person gathering of Tony's Acoustic Challenge members.
And I mean, there's a lot more surprises in store. I do have to announce the lineup, but there's other surprises in store as well. I've been an emailing machine lately, talking to various manufacturers and things, and I'm very excited at the direction things are going. It turns out that we're gonna up the notches of guitar geekdom. Probably by the end of today, we'll probably up it 50 to 7,500 notches.
So I know that you're not going to announce the artists yet.
Yes.
But you guys are going to be blown away at the talent that Tony's got lined up. So that's going to be really exciting. Hopefully.
I feel so bad, but it's okay.
I know. It's a secret right now, but some really amazing artists. And there is talk of a concept called the Case Cruise. We can't tell you what that is, but it's going to be amazing.
Can I, you're talking about the tickets, and I just got to throw this out there because I just got a kick out of it. So Brian Santos says, I was late to Mass because of buying those tickets that morning when they went in. and then a couple down, Tony S. jumps in. He's like, God understands, Brian. He's cool with it.
So just to reiterate what Tony's saying, you didn't get a ticket for the workshop. You didn't get a ticket to the VIP mezzanine level, but that's okay. You have to plan on making the trip to Bozeman because we need to fill.
I want to fill the whole theater with TAC members.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
We don't want local Bozeman music fans coming to this thing. Let's not.
But if they're
stoop
TAC
to-
members, we do.
Let's not stoop to that level. We want nothing but Tony's Acoustic Challenge members at this amazing venue.
I mean, here's
for
the
whole
deal.
weekend.
Let me just Okay, I got to describe the picture that happened in my head. And I know I'm looking at Levi. I should be looking at the camera, but I just picture the shows happen. I almost said the artist. I picture the shows happening, and I picture, in between shows, you know that weird moment at a concert where you're kind of like, you got, this dude to your left, this couple to your, oh, this is my right. This dude to your right, this couple to your left, and maybe a family in front of you, sitting in front of you, some guy that's kicking your chair behind you. That's not going to happen because you'll actually know and have a common connection with everybody in the theater if we fill it up with TAC members. And I got to be honest, that's pretty cool. So in between acts, you can be like, hey, did you catch that episode of Acoustic Tuesday? Oh, yeah, it's so cool. I happen to have that guitar. Oh, my gosh. And then pretty soon you have a Guitar Geek discussion, and you're connecting with TAC members in real life. I'm pretty excited about that vision, and I just had it. And I was able to kind of relay it with some accuracy, which I'm excited about.
So, in closing, make it happen. Come to Bozeman. Be one of the TAC members who hang out and take over the town of Bozeman. Okay. So
that was the most intense I've ever seen Levi Aquila.
So acousticlifefestival.com.
Yes.
Go there now. Okay. What do you got next?
Can I get a quick shout out? I want to give a quick shout out to Tony S.
If Noah is okay with that, we don't want to.
Usually you do the shout outs, I know.
No. Yeah, I see what he did there.
Okay, go.
Quick shout out and congratulations to Tony S. I had a chance to chat with Tony S. and he just ordered himself a Preston Thompson guitar. So I'm very excited for his new guitar day. It's going to be a little ways because of course Preston has to build it. But that's huge Guitar Geek commitment right there.
I'm going to add a shout out to Maggie for releasing her album.
Yes.
And he stole my thunder.
Oh, that was all.
The full album's coming out March 30th. You can pre-order the vinyl. I think Maggie put a link in the forum. Yeah, I just read it this morning. And there's a Beautiful People is out, and I don't know if they released the other single yet, and I don't know if I can say it. So I'm going to opt out of saying it, but there's another single coming.
And I have another Maggie comment for when you get to your next announcement.
I have some more comments too.
Wow. Who wants to go first, guys?
Go, Noah.
Should we flip a coin?
Noah,
all right.
It's all you.
All right. Because I just love the guitar geekiness and the camaraderie and the family. It's like we all get to like mess with each other like siblings, right?
It's true.
So Aaron says, "I will never forgive my stepsister for getting married June 23rd." And of course Brian's like, "Ooh." And then Howard jumps in. He says, "Aaron, I had a wedding that weekend as well, but I blew it off."
Jeez.
The enabling that's happening is outstanding.
Yeah.
I really love it. I really love it.
Encouragement.
I am so off track. I have a list in front of me of what I'm supposed to do. I don't even know where I'm at.
And Noah, you've got a big blast of small wins coming up after this next announcement. So.
Yes, I do. So I better start seeing those hashtag small wins.
Speaking of small wins, really appreciate that little gentle nudge, guys. I want you to share your small win with us right now, here, right now. Hashtag small win. Go ahead and describe your small win. Maybe you changed your guitar strings for the first time. Maybe you found a can of LaCroix Pamplemousse in the back corner of the fridge and you thought you were out. Whatever your small win is, let's actually keep it to guitar. Whatever your small win is, please put in the comments hashtag small win and then describe it for us. Maybe it's a concert you saw. Maybe it's an album you found. Maybe it's a new guitar that you got. Please share those with us. I've got another announcement, and it involves us three amigos here going mobile.
Like cell phone?
Cue the soundtrack.
Yeah, I know. So we've talked about, where did we mention it? In a Facebook Live? The TAC tour?
Yeah, it was at the end of like day 6 of the 10-day challenge or something like that.
So basically, here's the notion. Us three go somewhere where there's a concentration of Tony's Acoustic Challenge members.
Yeah.
Now, let me just say this. Got some details for you. Let's just say right now that the week of March 26th looks really good for us. Let's just say right now that if we were to do anything that week of March 26th, we would love to do something on the West Coast, probably in a state like California. Those things would definitely be really awesome. So, if that is something the TAC members in California are interested in, I would love to hear your thoughts about it. So please let us know if you're interested in the Three Amigos visiting you. And it could be just to hang at a coffee shop. I don't really know. Let us know what you guys want to do, and we'll make it happen to the best of our abilities.
Yeah,
Again,
there's different configurations. Like maybe we roll into one spot and we can hang out with 15 or 50 people. Maybe it's a tour where we start somewhere, I don't know, San Diego, work our way up and have 3 different meetups, in different areas. But it's kind of based on your feedback and we are not familiar with venues, and so again, it could be a coffee shop, it could be
right,
local hotel,
open mic night at your local
convention room
pub,
or like really good home cooking.
Yeah, I'm into
giant
that.
backyards or beachfront property.
Somebody
up for that.
Somebody wants to teach me how to surf. I'm terrified of it. These guys both really want to learn.
Yeah,
I'd be into
surfing,
that. Make a fool of myself. That'd be fun.
So that's what we have.
So again, let me just reiterate: if that was to happen and something was to go on, it'd probably be the week of March 26th. If you want to put it on your calendar or whatever. Noah, is it time?
Tony, it's time.
Can we do it?
It's time. Let's do it.
Levi, can we do some small wins?
Let's go. Small wins. Here we come.
All right. And Russ's small win. Just finished doing my own action adjustment on my D28. Had to adjust the truss rod and do a little filing on the saddle. Wasn't all that hard, and now it plays great.
Awesome work. Nice job.
Christian, small win. Found a TAC member on the member map that lives on the same street as me.
Whoa.
I just haven't sent them a message yet. I live in Medford, Oregon.
Awesome.
And
good job, Christian.
Pam's small win. I'm back. Had to be away due to family illness, and I missed you guys and taking the lessons every day. So happy to have just finished Blues 101.
Nice work. Very nice work.
Terry, small win. Completed first week of TAC.
Nice job.
Awesome, Terry, and welcome. Boss Man, small win. Followed my practice plan last week.
Nice work.
Minnie, 0705. Just tuned my guitar, drop D. Total small win.
Fantastic. Love it.
And Nell's small win. Remembered a song from many years ago thanks to Open D Tuning Talk.
Nice. I love it when something triggers and then all of a sudden things just start happening. Nice.
Nice. And Donna's small win. Started teaching guitar to children at a local guitar shop.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Vic's small win. Made the 6-hour drive southward to attend the SoCal TAC Group Jam this past weekend. So much fun. Thanks, Dee Dee and Kate.
Awesome.
Aaron small win. I got invited to open for folk singer David, is it Buskin, on his tour for actual real money.
Whoa.
Yeah. Not like
Aaron, come on.
not like Bitcoin. 6 songs. I get to do 6 songs. Hope I don't faint. It'll be a big win if I make it through. You'll make
You're going
it
to be
through.
awesome. It's going to be great.
You'll make it through. Come on.
That's absolutely outstanding.
Some other small wins coming in. Tom, small win, finished every flat picking song in the song vault.
Oh, yeah.
Sharon, small win, 2-year-old great-grandson is learning to play guitar with Dom, with Gramps.
I love that. That's like a Fam Jam small win.
Yeah.
TAC member love. Other hashtags that describe that scenario.
Yeah, Sharon, what do they call you guys? Like I grew up, my mom's from the South, my dad was from the Midwest, so in the South I had Nana and Papa. Just curious, what do they call you guys?
Can I just real quick?
Sure.
Apparently my speech didn't really develop great because I called my grandparents Munga and Mucka.
Okay. All right, man. That's incredible.
I think that's awesome. I
amazing.
created that.
Yeah, you did. That's very original.
That is good. That's good.
But I can't remember who was Munga and who was Mucka. I mean, there's no actual distinguishing factor.
Maybe the
between
weirdest
those.
thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well,
So
Thanks for just listening.
It's a cute thing. My own kids, for my dad,
Yeah.
they couldn't say grandpa, so it came out Appa. So ever since then, he's been Appa.
And are they ABBA fans now?
No, but that's another story.
Okay.
Maybe for another time.
Okay.
Hey, Aaron, are you coming out for the deal, the Acoustic Live Festival?
She's not. She
She's
has
not.
to go to a wedding.
But she made a deal with Gina. It looks like they're going to come in 2019.
That's good because
Okay.
we'll need her to play probably sometime.
Yeah.
Maggie's too busy to come out, so we'll just rule that out.
You know, like
Like recording and releasing an album. No big deal.
yeah, kids recording an album and yeah.
Okay, so should we give away a guitar? Are you done with Small Wins, Noah?
I could
for the
throw a
moment?
couple
I know
more
there
out
are
there.
some other ones but I think you got most of them.
Sure. Brian's small red close guitar just shipped out today.
Oh, cool.
Michael Smallwind open D slide guitar. Yeah. Okay, go.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not stunned that Brian ordered a red close guitar, by the way.
Of course not.
I have an interjection that adds to that last announcement, the TAC tour, where the comments. Of course, people in California were pumped and
Yeah.
throwing out some ideas and stuff like that, which we want to hear more about.
Absolutely.
So definitely get in the forum and suggest locations or whatever. But there were a lot of people saying like, well, why not here or what?
Oh, yeah.
wherever that, whether it's Australia, Canada, East Coast, and so that's also in the plan. But we can think far enough ahead to do the March thing. So we're starting there.
Yeah.
And we do want to hit the East Coast. But Maggie's been on our case to perhaps do Nashville, which would be a central location that people could fly into. So that's probably not happening anytime soon, but also a great idea.
Absolutely. We're open to ideas.
Yeah.
And plus, the whole California thing is really appealing when you're in Bozeman in March.
I've shoveled so many days this year. I don't have anywhere else to put the
shoveling-
snow.
the
The
snow-
snow is way over my head. I
At a
can't,
certain point.
I'm like trying to get it up over the deal.
It's good for fort building, but not good for the back or anything else. Can I give away a guitar yet?
I'm doing a dart cam shot right now.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I'd love to give away a guitar. Again, behind me on the dart cam, on the dart board rather, are the profile pictures of everybody that completed January's practice plan. Once you complete that, you get a badge, and of course, more importantly, you get your name, your profile picture on that sheet of paper, which I then very gently throw a dart at. And whomever the magical dart lands on, well, they win a Martin Dreadnought Jr. So without further ado, I think I should...
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments, and there's just like a stream of like the whole page is almost like people just going Nashville, 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 Nashville.
Yeah, here we go. I'll scroll up here. So a bunch of Nashville. Yeah, that's funny. So, all right, Tony, let's go to the dart cam.
Here I go.
There we go.
Try not to hit the dart cam.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, guys. No, I'm going to hand this sheet off to you.
I'm ready.
Okay, Tony.
Just trying to find that Tasmanian devil.
Ooh, that hit somebody square in the face. I can see that here.
It did it. It actually didn't hit anybody.
Oh,
It
what?
went in
Oh,
between.
okay, it was the angle.
Sorry. With all those faces on there, you'd think.
Well, hold on. From this angle, it looks like it was very clearly really close to that one. You could just pick it.
Okay, well, let me circle it for posterity.
I mean, from this angle, it doesn't look like it's equidistant from 4 circles.
Okay. I just like throwing darts, Levi.
I know you like just throwing the darts.
Okay, I've circled it, Noah.
Okay, good. I haven't beaten you at darts lately either.
What's to say that you would ever beat me in darts?
Well, it's because we haven't played,
Here you go.
Okay, so you're gonna be over there pulling that up, Noah?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
This desk has all sorts of treasures in it. Dom and Sharon will like this one. The whiskey magazine that he sent us. Inspection mirror. A lot of good stuff. Noah,
Okay, I got our suspenseful dart guitar giveaway music playing.
Oh, we have that?
Do we? Yeah, I
We
got
do
the name.
now? You got the name?
Yeah, got the name.
No.
You do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So the winner of the guitar this month is Rob T.
Rob T.
Rob T.
Congratulations,
Rob T.
Rob T.
All right.
We will be sending you a
yeah.
Martin.
We're still clapping.
Oh, we're still clapping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Rob T wins it.
Rob T will be receiving a Martin Dreadnought Jr. delivered right to his doorstep. Congratulations, Rob T. And, of course, congratulations to everyone that completed January's practice plan. That's pretty outstanding in and of itself. Guys, do we have any more random things we can think of? This is like a ping pong ball and a ceiling fan today kind of vibe.
There's just too much excitement. I do have to say, can you explain to people, just give them the behind the scenes of the last 10 days and all, like, what that looks like from our perspective?
Well, we've moved this desk a lot.
Yeah.
We could start there. With the 10-day live challenge, filming Acoustic Tuesday. Just even yesterday, we filmed some guitar reviews. A lot of communication on the computers. Basically, it's been stressful, but in a really good way. It's stressful sounds so negative. There's just a lot going on.
There's been this is basically a booking agency now.
Yeah. It's so true.
And you're flying out tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow
That's
morning.
right.
I'm leaving on a jet plane.
What's the backstory, man? What's the inside scoop?
Okay.
For our people who
This
need
is okay.
the secret inside scoop that only TAC members can have the real
I bet you they
story.
could guess. I bet you they'll guess.
Probably will. Yes. So I called out. Okay, I asked a very pointed question to Andy Powers at Taylor Guitars. Okay, I said, "Hey, Andy." Gave him a lot of wonderful words on the V-Class bracing, but I was confused about the whole intonation piece. Okay, and it was just really a curiosity, but I kind of was feeling a little crazy that day. And Levi mentioned to me before we started filming that Acoustic Tuesday episode, he said, "You should just ask Andy to send you a cell phone video." And I thought, okay, I don't know if I can do that, but I'll try. And it came out. It just happened. It could have been the LaCroix. I don't know what it was. But went ahead and asked Andy about the V-Class bracing. And I asked him to please, if he could have some time to just shoot me a cell phone video, just explaining the answer to my question. And we'd include it on an upcoming episode of Acoustic Tuesday. Well, that next day, I got an email from Jay at Taylor. And he said, "There's 2 guitars coming out to you. We want you to check them out, review them, and all that stuff." And I was pumped. I mean, you get an email that says 2 guitars are coming your way. You're excited. Okay, so I was excited. And then the next email says, "We'll do you one better. You want to come out here?" I mean, what kind of guitar geek is going to turn down a trip to Taylor? So this week has been kind of some logistical things are happening. And turns out tomorrow morning I'm flying out to Taylor Guitars. Jay and the folks at Taylor were super nice, and they booked my flight and got me a hotel room and everything. And I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to play all the guitars.
I'm gonna have to play all the guitars, and yeah. Actually, Jay and I were just talking about schedules, and it looks like once I get there, I'm gonna have a chance to meet with Bob Taylor and just kind of chat, just hang out with Bob. After that, we're going to do some filming in Andy's workshop where he's going to walk me through the V-Class bracing and give me the whole scoop, where it came from, why now, and the whole deal. And also the evening tomorrow, I guess it would be the afternoon, I'm going to be on the Taylor podcast, which was really kind of a fun little bonus that I didn't know about, but I'm excited. I'm super excited. And then Friday morning, I'm actually going to sit down and on camera get a chance to interview Bob Taylor again. And I'm really excited to be around that level of guitar geekiness. Is my head's probably going to explode. It's probably going to be pretty awesome.
So they've already flown you out twice before. So 3 years ago, you interviewed Bob and Andy.
Yeah, I went for
and then you were there before that.
Yeah, I went there.
We both were.
I'm trying to think of the year. I went to a Taylor University, which is where they kind of like, if you're this is when I worked at Music Villa, and you go out there and they kind of walk you through the whole deal. You get to pick out woods and the whole thing. So that was my first trip. My second trip, Levi and I went out, and we ran around with the GS Mini, did all sorts of filming, interviewed Andy and Bob that time as well. This was right around the time that the 600 series was being revamped. And then yeah, this time I'm on a solo mission this time, and I'm kind of nervous.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Tony hates when I do this too. But I'm
He
gonna do
does.
it.
Yeah, it's a new idea that I haven't heard about.
I think Thursday night should be a San Diego TAC meetup. And,
Oh, I thought of
and
that.
I think Taylor should sponsor it. They should foot the bill. I think Taylor picks a venue. As many people are in the area, show up, and Taylor buys everybody a guitar. Or I mean a drink. A drink.
That's pretty bold. That's bold. But yeah, I mean, I'd be into meeting TAC members in San Diego.
I know it comes down to your itinerary
Yeah.
and what is all going on. But
Yeah, for sure.
Personally, I think you should hit up Jay and get something on the books and pick a venue and let everybody know.
Oh, I like John's comment. So, Tony, so you're saying next month's giveaway is a new V-Class Taylor guitar?
There, you know what? The ideas just keep coming.
I mean, this
That's
is
a fantastic idea.
I'll tell you what. This is like a guitar party plus. This is like a guitar party deluxe model.
Deluxe.
Yeah, it's a deluxe here because there's some good ideas happening.
Yeah.
I love it.
So Taylor's in El Cajon. Am I wrong?
That
on
is correct.
Okay, so is anybody? I don't know, like geography wise, is that close to?
I don't
Is that
know
close
anything.
to San Diego?
Well, yeah. I mean, I fly into San Diego, and then I'm going to Uber from the airport. I've never used Uber before, and this is probably funny to Levi
It's easy
because
enough.
he knows.
Surprisingly confusing though. Sometimes.
Really?
You can't take one from the airport. And
You can't?
It's really weird, but
Okay, well, I'll get a taxi to like the corner outside the airport and then take one from there.
or you can do what I did and someone will eventually come, but then they'll tell you how they could have lost their Uber license by picking you up and
Oh,
how
really?
terrible you are, and it's like, well, anyway.
Well, I don't know. I've never done this before, so this is like was
Yeah.
it Five Goes West?
I
But
love
it's
the
like
fact
Tony
that it's,
Goes West.
That's a good one. Not as good as the original, but still good.
the long-haired lumberjack crawls out of the woods and tries to hang out in a big city for the first time.
What if the Uber driver was a TAC member?
That's cool.
Okay, so Dr. House says about 35 minutes from the San Diego airport is El Cajon.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
So I could walk that or run it.
Rich says El Cabong. Is that where like they have? Is that?
Typo, maybe?
What is that?
Well, is that like a weed central of?
Oh, El Cabong. Gotcha. I'm still not surprised Levi said he forced his Uber driver to come to the airport and get him.
You're not
I
surprised?
I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know. And then I realized this guy, yeah. So-
Well, this is good. This is good for me to hear because I'm that guy that doesn't know how to use Uber.
Okay, so we'll follow up if we
Yeah.
get any sort of confirmation. Then we'll post it in the forums for sure, and at the very least, we'll post it in the forums.
Yeah.
If not,
Susan
send it
Susan
in.
says you got to wear your flannel, but you're going to have to wear it unbuttoned because Gary says be sure to wear your Surf Montana shirt.
Okay. I'll do my best. Okay, I got the right attire. I got Uber on my phone. I pretty much can't fail. Right?
Correct.
Uber, flannel, flight, and a
Surfing.
hotel. Surfing shirt.
And Taylor.
And Taylor.
Yeah.
And try to get all the members a free guitar, and we'll see.
Well, guys, I don't want to do this, but I have to because Levi just gave me the roundup sign. He kind of swings a lasso over his head when things are getting crazy.
Don't you call me out?
So I am going to wrap up the 43rd guitar party. Cannot thank you guys enough for sharing your time with us today. It's always a treat, and these are extremely fun moments. Every guitar party seems to outdo the last. So thank you so much, all of you TAC members, for making this what it is. Thank you for sharing your time with us. And, of course, from Levi Coila, Noah Jacob Heckman Jr. the first, and myself, we wish you the most awesome guitar-infused month that we possibly could. And, of course, we'll see you next month on the Guitar Party. Number 44. Make sure to mark your calendars, and we'll see you there. Cheers, guys. Take care.